How y'all doing? My name is Tevin.
I'm Justin.
And together we are
Creative Coaching. Just wrapped up an interview with Georgia Media Agency.
All right, what's up, everybody? I am your favorite on-air personality, Georgia Daw, and this is Georgia Media Agency interview with Creative Coaching. Tevin and Justin, how are you all today?
We're doing great.
Okay, thank you all for reaching out to be a part of this interview. So, just speak a little bit about Creative Coaching. When did this brand begin and where?
Well, Creative Coaching is an urban streetwear brand. We started in Savannah, Georgia. We started in 2013, the end of 2013, well, the beginning of 2013, I'm sorry. And, we just a brand that tries to influence the generation on how to be creative, be unique, try to be, somebody that's outside the box, attention-seeking items, that's what we, are big on, just things, that pop when you go into a room.
Okay, so what is the meaning behind the brand and the name Creative Coaching?
Creative Coaching is we're coaching people on how to be creative. So sometimes people overlook that name, but that's what it actually means, is that we're coaching people how to be creative through fashion. And our mission statement is to influence a generation through creative apparel.
Okay, so when you all say that you are trying to make sure that people are, creative through coaching, has anyone ever tried to steal your creativity, whether that's your brand, your apparel line, or just your lifestyle in general?
Yes.
Yep.
But it's cool. That just shows to me that we're doing something good, we're doing something great, and that we just keep going. That's what this tells me, that people like what you do. You get what I'm saying? And so if you like it that much to copy it, then I know I'm doing something right.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question. What did it take to become a social media sensation?
Well, we work with a lot of promoters. We work with a lot of social media sensations, so to speak. So one of the main people that we began working with was this young lady named Shy. Shy the Greatest, that's her Instagram name. And she was doing dance videos, and they were going viral, and they were being featured on World Star. But she had some of our first items when we started breaking out, some of our newest items from that line on. And a lot of people were asking about those items and where could they get it, and that's kind of how we branched out and blew up, and our followers just began increasing. So I think we started, at the time, we was at 29,000 followers. It just kept increasing. Now we're at 152,000, like within a year's time span.
So how does it feel to go from just starting a social media and probably having just local supporters and now having so many people, following you all and knowing what creative coaching is?
It's pretty big to me, man. It's sometimes you got to get used to it. Like, I can just be walking and somebody that I don't even know I have something of mine on. It's just those type of things, those type of things you got to get used to. It's just like, thinking that, you're big, but, other people might think you're much bigger than what you feel that you are. So it's just like, you just got to get used to it, get, used to that attention that you get, that you didn't get, before. So that's how I think.
When you do see people from time to time wearing your apparel, do you say anything, or is this like an internal, like, yo, that's what's up, that's actually my creation?
Yeah, I don't really say nothing. I just be like, that's what's up.
Yeah, like when we first started, I think I used to say something, or I used to like try to walk up to the person, but usually like when that happens, when I try to shake their hand, they be looking at me crazy, like, who are you? Because they, at the time, they didn't know who I was. So now that we're kind of like being more on the scene a little bit more, now when they see us, they recognize it, be like, okay, cool. But now usually, like, if I see it from a far distance or something, I don't go up to say anything. But it's a great feeling.
So what is the creative process involved with bringing these pieces to life?
A lot of times, me and him, we just brainstorm together on what we feel as though is going to catch somebody's eye. You get what I'm saying? It's a 50-50 process, so I might, figure out what goes on the shirt. He might figure out what colors might need to go with it. Just things like that. Just meshing together, brainstorming, just seeing if you walk in a room, how can this piece take over the whole room, over anybody else's clothing. So that's how we really just make our clothing.
So there is a saying, and it basically says, if two business partners always agree, there's no need for the second business partner. So when you all work together, do you all typically have like similar ideas, or is it just like a splash of both of your creativity together?
It's definitely a splash. It's definitely it involves a lot of compromising. But as far as like, we both have the same goal in mind. and we both we both have great intentions at the same time, and what we want, the goal that we want to achieve is mutual. So that's something that we can always come together on. But yeah, we disagree all the time, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, but we disagree sometimes, and then when we come back to it, we all find that we want the same thing. So it's great to have somebody who disagrees, because I don't want any yes man or yes men in my corner, you know what I'm saying? Because then it's just me or it's just him. But when it's both of us together, that's how we make the pieces that we make. So.
Okay, so what fashion shows have you all been featured in?
We do a lot of fashion shows at colleges, different things like that. That hit us up that we just feel like we should be a part of. We do fashion shows, like we had a fashion show in Atlanta. I forget.
Strip the Runway with 2 Chainz.
Yeah,
2 Chainz fashion show at Onyx.
And then just fashion shows like that. Just ones that we just, a lot of times people, that we know hit us up wanting to get us in a fashion show. Things in Atlanta we've been doing, making those connections with people. So now that we're starting more to, do different things in different cities, and that's when we, start the different fashion shows.
So how was it, like, how does it feel to work with, high-end people such as 2 Chainz when you say that you all work with the fashion show? Like, what was that conversation like?
Well, we have a great relationship with Alan Parker, who is the one of the owners of Street Execs, and he was actually the guy who actually linked us into that. That's how we had that conversation. That's how we was able to be a part of that show. So being a part of it is, at first, to us, it's kind of surreal because we're coming from Savannah. It's such a small city. So to be involved with something that's so major is something that we were definitely very proud of. And it just shows us that we just got to keep working and continue to grind and show people that we can, just continue to be on top.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question. So any celebrities spotted in your clothing?
Yeah, we had Black China. We had Future. We been featured on the Shade Room a lot of times. So a lot of times, some of those connections came from that, being featured on social media sites like that, because so many people see it and they get so many views. So that's kind of how we network with some of those opportunities.
Okay, so what success other than that have you gained from the brand?
Our sales have been tremendous. Within the past year, from year to date, from last year to this year, our sales have been just extraordinary, our orders. So the success, I think, just from social media alone, the way that we've been able to influence social media and increase our sales and go from shipping off, I think, like our Black Friday sale, we shipped off close to like 2,000 orders within that weekend. So just being able to do things like that from starting from such humble beginnings, because I remember a time when both him and I were happy about 10 to 20 orders. So to go from 10 to 20 orders within a year's time span is definitely a blessing, and now be like 2,000, 3,000 orders, for that to be considered the norm. You know what I'm saying? It's something that definitely we're proud of. So the success from that is something that we definitely take pride in.
Is it overwhelming at times, all the orders that come in on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Yes. Very.
So like, how do y'all handle it? Is it a team behind you all, or is it y'all two just,
It's me, it's him. It's like a family business.
Yeah.
Everybody takes on. It's my mom, it's my dad, it's my brother right here. He's our PR manager. He do a lot of things for us. So all of us come together and we really kind of help. You got somebody sticking the orders on the envelopes. You got somebody printing it out. You got somebody writing down the labels. Somebody stuffing them in the bags, breaking them down. And just having that team behind you is really what helps us and drives us to be able to push these orders out so quickly. Because at one time it was just us. Like, we tried it one night.
And we was there, I say, for like 12 hours. Just, we took like an hour nap, got right back to it. Actually just writing every single order down, address, you know what I'm saying? Just things like that. So, yeah, it's just that, as we move, we grow, we get more knowledge of how to do things faster, how to do things quicker, and how to do things more efficiently.
Yeah, we thought we could handle it. It was like I think this was the first time that we had broke like around 400 orders. And so when we had it, we was very excited. So me and him was like, oh, we can do this. We can knock this out, no problem. We had that energy and we were so amped up. And we was taping our orders on. So it was just literally 2 of us. And I think we started at like 9 o'clock. And then we didn't finish till like 9 o'clock in the morning. But like, it was crazy. So that's when we were like, we definitely gonna need a team next time. So.
Okay, so where do you all want to see your brand in the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, I want to see it everywhere. I want to see it, you know, in the different, all in the different, fashion shows and things like that, and stores, different boutiques, things like that. I just want to see my brand to where everybody can go to it as, all right, I need something nice to wear, so I'm gonna go to Creative Culture. Not to saying that them do that now, but I just want everybody, to do that.
So what cities are your biggest supporters statistically?
It's New York, Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Chicago, which is ironic because we've never been to any of those places outside of Atlanta. But,
That's beautiful.
But New York is actually our biggest, statistically, the breakdown when we go through our analytics, I should say. New York is the biggest supporters. New York by the most stuff. And then it's Atlanta, of course, because even though we're from Savannah, everybody always wants to put that Atlanta tag on us and say that Atlanta adopted us. And I guess because we work with so many people from Atlanta and so many social media influencers, everybody associate us with Atlanta. So New York and Atlanta definitely the top. And that's definitely a place that we've been wanting to visit for a while, just New York, and kind of get some of that culture and some of that atmosphere.
So Creative Culture is one of the most trending young urban brands on the internet. So why do you think that is so?
The hard work that we put in, I just feel as though the hard work that you put in, you're going to get something out of it. If you don't put that much work in it, not a lot of people going to see your stuff. So it can't be out of nobody see it. I just feel as though when you put the work in, you put the process in, you take the time to build something up, and that's where it's going to get to be. Like anything you get big is you put enough work in. That's how I feel.
What brand influences you all the most right now?
I don't really have an actual brand that influences me. I try to, with Creative Culture, we try to, stay away from, getting influences from other brands, but I can say like people, influencers, like people like Pharrell, you know what I'm saying? He wears a lot of things that's eye-catching, people like, who would you get from?
Well, I was going to say a brand.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Supreme, and of course, the way they took over just the North, with the way, not even the North, the way everybody kind of supports Supreme, and Vape, of course. Just the way they're able to drop things and make releases and sell out so quickly is kind of the way we model and mold our business. It's something that we've had success in, being able to make releases and drop so quickly. And sell out so quickly. It's something that I'm influenced by personally, and I really love the way they have a grip on that culture. On the way the North just supports it so much. That's kind of the way I want the South to kind of support Creative Culture and just kind of have that same effect. So definitely Supreme and Break is my favorites personally.
Okay, speaking of favorites, you all of course rep what you wear, and this is your brand. So speak a little bit about what you have on today.
This piece is called Never Interested. Mm-hmm. The bottom says I'm straight on you. This was actually the third piece of our collection, of our love collection. That's what we call it. Valentine's Day collection. We had the Almost Fell in Love, we had the Everybody's Temporary, and the Never Interested, I'm Straight on You. Basically, is someone who almost fell in love but realized that everybody was temporary, and now they're never interested in dating that person again, and they're straight on them. And the distress represents the hard times that a person goes through when being in a stressful relationship. So.
Okay, so you all are definitely creative, and you are coaching people to be creative as well. So I do want to say thank you to you all for joining Georgia Media Agency today. And how can people get in contact with you all?
Our biggest outlet is the Instagram. You can get in contact with us in our email. That's gonna be on the Instagram. And yeah, man, just check out the website, man.